Hi everyone, this is the webinar on navigating ethical challenges for in-house lawyers. My name is Bevisha Mistry and I'm going to go through this webinar with you today. Just a little background about myself. I own my own legal services business called Commercial Counsel, but prior to that I was general counsel for a number of businesses. I worked for a fashion brand called Missguided. Then I moved on to a pharmaceutical group called Maudslay's and then a fragrance shop. As well as those sort of formal roles, I was also chair of the Law Society of England and Wales in-house division network committee. And what that involved was meeting lots of in-house lawyers across England and Wales and working with them to try and provide as much support as I could. And it's through the experience of both my formal roles and that role that I've kind of noticed there's quite some common themes, especially in the area of ethics. And I wanted to share how both I've dealt with them and how other people have dealt with them in their roles. I've set up and led legal functions, gaining experience of best practice through trial and error. So I can't say I started off as an expert in this area. So this is much about kind of sharing the good and the bad experiences and how things have worked out for me. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I now offer a general counsel services to a number of clients through my business Commercial Counsel. So this webinar is about ethics. So working as part of an in-house legal team can be challenging, and it's usually not due to the technicalities of the law, but often because of ethical issues that all in-house lawyers face. It's a balancing act between protecting a client and doing what you're trained to do as a lawyer, and then acting in their best interests, managing the practicalities of dealing with employees. So different people require different things, different approaches, and officers of the business, and complying with legal and professional duties as well. So it's in-house legal teams, it's quite difficult because you see quite other team members that haven't trained as lawyers and aren't regulated by the SRA and are, don't have sort of red tape to comply with. They might do things completely differently, which might kind of seem as a shock to you. So, for example, you go to a meeting, one person says one thing one day and then the next day they've kind of completely forgotten about it. And as a lawyer you can't really do that kind of thing, nor should you want to. So yeah, it's kind of different standards for different team members, although you're working in the same business. So it can be quite difficult to deal with, both sort of mentally and also on the day-to-day trying to carry out your duties for that business. So this webinar will focus on some of the common ethical issues that in-house lawyers face, and that hopefully I can try and give you some tips on how to manage them based on my experience and those of other people. So focus areas: common ethical issues, including dealing with competing interests, acting in a dual role as both a business advisor and a legal advisor, dealings with third parties, and then keeping up to date, and then how to manage and deal with these common ethical issues.